back to the news at 10. The agreement reached between the UK and the Nigerian government to repatriate Nigerian prisoners is yet to be ratified by the parliaments of the two countries. Well, once ratified, Nigerians serving jail terms in the UK will return home to either continue their terms or end them. Our big story tonight examines the story around the Nigerian prisoners' repatriation plan.
Instant noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
The search for greener pastures has taken them to foreign lands, but some still get into trouble. A crime is established against them, ranging from illegal immigration papers to internet fraud. They are arrested, prosecuted and convicted according to the laws of the country they are, and the United Kingdom is not an exception. The UK government is beginning to feel the burden of its prisons that has over 500 Nigerians serving jail terms. Talks are continuing in seeing to the repatriation of convicts to serve their jail terms in their country. British Prime Minister David Cameron vows to end the practice of the British taxpayer picking up the bill for criminals with no business in the UK. Each felon is said costs the UK government an average of around £40,000 a year to keep inside.
Nigeria is an independent nation. We are supposed to be independent in terms of how to manage our resources, how to manage our various institutions, and to make provisions in terms of money for the development and growth of those institutions. Why is it that British government says they want to come and build and monitor the building of prison yard? That is to tell the Nigerian government that your fight against corruption has become meaningless.
Britain plans to fund the upgrade of Nigerian prisons and build more to decongest them. The agreement is yet to be ratified by parliaments of the two countries.
We're making a substantial contribution towards improving conditions, particularly at Kirikiri Jail here in Lagos, so that prisoners are received in adequate conditions. And one other point which is worth making is that when prisoners are returned, they become subject to the sentencing law of the receiving country. So there is always the possibility of a prison term either being extended or shortened on arrival in the receiving country because the sentencing laws in that country are different from the sending country.
Each felon is said costs the UK government an average of around £40,000 a year to keep inside. Nigeria and UK in December 2013 signed the agreement which will make it possible for prisoners to return home and complete their terms. There are wild speculations that the former governor of Delta State, James Onanife-Ibori, convicted in Britain for financial crime, may be the reason for the plan to repatriate Nigerian prisons back home. That isn't well established yet. Lagos-based lawyer Liberus Oshoma is not comfortable with the prison repatriation plan.
We are gradually relinquishing and handing over our sovereignty to these foreign countries. That is why on some critical issues that affect our citizens, we cannot truly look these foreign countries in the eye and challenge them. We have issues where our countries, our citizens have been treated badly in America, treated badly in Europe, and our foreign nations can't even take them up because of these aids here, grants there. They promise you every little thing we cry to them will come and help us fight insecurity, come help train our armies, come help do this, come help do that, come help build prisons. You know, what we need to do is to truly look inward and see how we can tap the potentials that we have. Once we are ready to tap the potentials that we have, the sky will be too near to be a limit.
Nigerians account for 1 in 20 of all foreign prisoners, and if the agreement between the two countries, that is, the United Kingdom and Nigeria, works out as planned, it will be seen as a much more significant breakthrough for the British government. But the issue of prison congestion may remain if the plan to build more prisons for Nigeria by the UK government doesn't see the light of day. For the big story, Loretta Chiogo, Child's Television News.
Indomie Instant Noodles. Tasty nutrition. Good for you.
All right, business news is up next, and Jackie Rogers joins us shortly.
First Bank. Truly the first.
Wondered where and how to locate a genuine bureau de change service? Well, you need not look any further, as the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria has launched its operational manual, identification logo and official website to guide Nigerians on accessing their services. Well, the association wants to ensure that Nigerians no longer fall victim to roadside currency hawkers posing as the Bureau de Change officials. The public presentation was held in Lagos today. Our correspondent Henry Njimi reports.
The Foreign Exchange Act of 1995 states that the Bureau de Change is a non-bank corporate body licensed by the Central Bank of Nigeria to buy and sell foreign currency in accordance with the provision of the Act. Over the years, this provision has been abused, and following the introduction of the Foreign Exchange Market Liberalization Policy in 2006, the number of operators rose from about 300 to over 3,000. Here, licensed operators gather to improve self-regulation mechanisms. This new operational manual, identification logo, and official website are to come on stream.
The manual is a concise and comprehensive information and explanation of every aspect of BDC business in compliance with CBN guidelines. To achieve the goal of an orderly foreign exchange market where all operators play by the rules, to ensure fairness and achievement of the overall goal of a stable foreign exchange market, the website provides opportunity for immediate and direct access to APCON by its members and also members of the public. The name APCON website domain name is www.apcon.org.ng.
For the industry regulators, this step would make supervision a lot more easier.
There is the need for strong self-regulation because supervision is no longer limited to efforts of the supervisors. It has to be collaborative in nature.
And with this latest housekeeping initiative, the association says members will no longer be excused for wrongdoings, and the public is guaranteed quality service across board. Henry Ogujimi, Channels Television News.
Nigeria's consumer inflation rate for the month of January remained unchanged at 8%, according to the latest report from the National Bureau of Statistics. Food prices rose at about the same rate year-on-year over the past 3 months at 9.3%. The Bureau says prices of yam, potato and other tubers increased at relatively the same rate over December and January, while the prices rose at a faster rate in meat, fish, dairy and fruit classes. The report also says that there were moderations in various classes which contributed to the index. More figures for you. Nigerian stocks hit a 7-week low on Thursday, shedding 2.24% in volatile trades to 39,379 points. Well, operators say that the indicators were dragged down by market heavyweights. Bisi Coker has more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Reports. The broad sell-off of the market continued today, pushing the broad index further into negative territory. This time, the all-share index slid back below the 40,000 psychological line at 39,378.15 points. Market capitalization also dipped to 12.62 trillion naira. Guinness and Nigerian Brews were Thursday's top losers. Investors favor the stocks of Julius Berger, PZ and Red Star Express. The most active stocks for Thursday include Zenith Bank, Transcorp, and FCMB. When the closing bell rang, volume stood at 335.30 million units, valued at 4.74 billion naira in 5,013 days. And that ends the stock market report. I am Lucy Koka.
Thank you, Bessie. That's it on Business News. On the news at 10, Ijoma returns in just a moment.
First Bank, truly the first.
Still ahead on the news at 10, President Goodluck Jonathan rewards home-based Super Eagles for their performance at the 2014 African Nations Championship. That's the Sports News. He joins us.